Storytelling is so important with your inventions. Being able to get your product out there and getting people to engage with that product. Here's a story about this guy. He bought 200 items for about $130. He took all those items and created a story around each one of those. He posted them back on eBay for each one of the objects, and he ended up selling those items for a grand total of $8,000. Now that's the power of storytelling. So step one, I need you to define your core message. If you don't have a core message, your story is going to continue to ramble and ramble on. There has to be a point to your story. You can't just tell a story because you want more sales or more conversions or more people to follow you. People aren't going to know why they should continually pay attention to the story. Step two, you need to decide what type of story you're going to tell. One version of the story is to incite an action. It's to get people to take action or do something. If your story motivates people, you can get them to take action. Another way of storytelling is to tell people about yourself. You have a story about yourself, ups and downs, and what it went through. It could be motivational. This can help inspire people to jump on your bandwagon. Follow your personal brand. Follow over the social web. Personal storytelling is amazing. And when people get to know you, they can relate more. And they're more likely to follow you, and your personal brand is more likely to grow. Conveying value is another way of telling a story. That gets people to join you in the bandwagon. What I mean is if people believe in the same values as you do, they're more likely to relate with you and follow you as well. This is not only to generate sales for your company, but it also with your personal brand. The last way people typically storytell is to educate or pass knowledge on. When you educate, you're passing knowledge on through a story, and they're much more likely to be engaged or hooked and learn knowledge and be able to execute it in the future. Step three, you need to establish your call to action. If you tell a story and you get people hooked, they're all about you. They're all about your personal brand, and they're about your business. But they don't know is what you do next. You're not really going to see any sales or conversions. You just need to tell them to do things, like check out your company, follow you on the social web, join your email list. It doesn't have to be where they have to buy something right away, or it could be just as simple as joining a list, so that a way to tell them more stories, build more rapport with them, and build a relationship, and then eventually convert them into a customer. Is you need to have characters. This allows people to see themselves in the story and to be a part of it. Without that, there'll be a disconnect between you and telling a story and the person listening to the other end. The other, have characters and make them relatable. Number two, you need some sort of a conflict. Without conflict, there's going to be a hook, and that gets people waiting to figure out what's going to happen next. We don't have a conflict and everything's hunky-dory and roses, then people are like, okay, cool, this is boring. And of course, the conflict, and you need some sort of a resolution to go with it. Hopefully this helps you guys with your stories and building up your commercials in here.